I have a suggestion for you in regards to your website. So I've been going through a process, long story, I'll tell it to you sometime soon, but I've been going through my website page by page, and I got to tell you, I'm pretty embarrassed. So here's my recommendation for you and your website. I recommend that you review every single page, post, page, everything on your website regularly. What's regularly? At least once every 6 months, probably every year. Let me take you through some of the embarrassing things that I'm finding. I'm finding, hey, some broken links. That's pretty embarrassing. Ask yourself, hey, are there broken images? A lot of times, broken links happen because they're just dated and you're linking out to somebody else's thing and that no longer exists anymore, whatever. Broken images sometimes happen because of a site migration that went badly, or oftentimes it's if you had a plugin that was drawing upon some images that you've deleted that plugin, sometimes that can break them. And so, by the way, I don't have a card for this. I should have a card for this. You should be regularly looking at the plugins you have on your site. Are they still good? Do you still want them? Are they being regularly updated? Is there a better plugin to do the same thing? Do you even need a plugin to do that particular function? There's a lot of plugins that you don't even need a plugin anymore because it's built into the themes, and why use the extra time? Next, is it on brand? Are your colors what your current brand's colors are? Are your pictures the right pictures? Are your the way that you refer to things, are they correct with where you are in your brand right now? What about your opt-in incentives? Do those links still work? Do the downloads still work? Do the boxes still load appropriately? Make sure all that your opt-in incentives still work. Are your offers accurate? If you talk price, if you talk name of it, perhaps you had something that was offered all the time before that you've now gone into a launch mode, and so it's not always on, those kinds of things. What about your photography? Is it updated? Does it need to be updated? Are you still showing a picture of you from 15, 20 years earlier? I found a few of those on my website as I went through this thing. What about the category structure? Have you discovered that you have a category that has one article in it and nothing else? Now, then maybe you need to write some more, or maybe you just delete that category altogether because it's not needed anymore. And then we start stepping back and asking meta kinds of questions about it. So, is this article still relevant? Sometimes we'll write something about Facebook that Facebook has now changed. It's no longer relevant. It just doesn't apply. And while we're on that subject, is this article still accurate? Or are things that you need to go back and update to make it be accurate? How could I update this? Could I add some more content? Could I create a video? Could I put in some more pictures? Could I put in some step-by-step? Could I put in an infographic? Could I give them a, what are they called? A flow chart. I'm getting there. A flow chart. Any of those kinds of things to help them get to where they want to be. And then the final question I encourage you to ask as you go through your website and look at it is, am I proud of this page? Or is this something I wouldn't want my biggest potential client to see? So, some questions to ask yourself as you periodically review every single page on your website. Personally, I haven't done it for years, and it shows. And so I'm making a resolution now to do this every 6 months. At least you should be doing it every year. If you haven't done it for a number of years, maybe a good project for your next long weekend or just a weekend. All right. As we do this, it helps our brands be consistent. It helps our messaging be consistent. It helps us not be embarrassed. It helps people come to us and feel like we're a pro. All of these things apply. Oh, one more thing we should add. Could you add an opt-in incentive to some of those pages? Are there pages that should be referring to each other, linking to each other? Are there related posts that should go down at the bottom to take people from that article into another one? There's a lot of things you should be looking at as you're looking at your website. What's your experience with this? Do you need to be doing some updating on your website? My guess is probably yes. Let me know down in the chat. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.